The African savanna is characterized by grasslands with scattered trees and shrubs. This environment supports a wide array of wildlife, including herbivores and predators. Early hominids coexisted with this diverse flora and fauna, adapting to the savanna's challenges and opportunities. The savanna's resources and climate played a crucial role in the evolution and survival of early hominids. Woodland areas provided shelter for early hominids. These environments offered protection from predators and harsh weather conditions. Woodlands were a source of essential resources for early hominid survival. Early hominids utilized plants for food, medicine, and tool construction. The forest's diverse ecosystem supported the development and sustenance of early hominid communities. Water sources are essential for the survival of hominids. Drinking directly from water sources provides immediate hydration. Collecting water allows for transportation and storage for later use. Access to reliable water sources influences settlement patterns and social structures. Competition for limited water resources can lead to conflict between groups. The quality and availability of water directly impact the health and well-being of hominids. Early hominids foraged for edible plants to supplement their diet. Roots provided a crucial source of carbohydrates and nutrients for early hominids. Fruits offered a readily available source of sugars and vitamins. Foraging required knowledge of plant identification and seasonal availability. Hominids consumed insects as a readily available protein source. Insects provided essential nutrients for hominid development and survival. Insect consumption was a practical adaptation to environmental resource availability. The exoskeletons of insects provided chitin, a source of fiber. Insect gathering required simple tools and cooperative behavior among hominids. The nutritional benefits of insects supported hominid brain development and physical growth. Hominids scavenged for leftover meat from predator kills to supplement their diet. Scavenging provided hominids with a valuable source of protein and nutrients. This behavior reduced hominids' reliance on hunting, minimizing risk and energy expenditure. Scavenging required hominids to compete with other scavengers, such as vultures and hyenas. The ability to scavenge effectively contributed to hominid survival and adaptation. Scavenging behavior demonstrates early hominid resourcefulness and adaptability in challenging environments. Early tool use involves employing simple stones to perform tasks. One common application of early stone tools was cracking nuts for food. Another application involved digging for roots and tubers. Stones of different shapes and sizes served various purposes. The hardness and sharpness of the stone are critical factors for effective tool use. Simple stone tools provided early humans with access to new food sources. Camouflage is a key strategy for prey animals to avoid detection by predators. Alarm calls alert other individuals to the presence of danger, enhancing group vigilance. Living in groups provides increased vigilance and reduces the individual risk of predation. Some animals use mimicry to resemble dangerous or unpalatable species, deterring predators. Rapid escape responses, such as fleeing or jumping, allow prey to evade attacking predators. Defensive behaviors, such as displaying spines or emitting foul odors, can deter predators. Hominids employ group defense strategies to protect themselves from predators. Cooperative behavior enhances the effectiveness of hominid defense against larger threats. Defensive tactics include using tools and weapons to deter predators and maintain a safe distance. Group defense provides a survival advantage, increasing the hominid's chances of protecting their young and resources. Hominids climb trees for safety, providing protection from ground-based predators. Arboreal ascent offered hominids a strategic vantage point for observing their surroundings. Climbing ability facilitated the avoidance of danger by accessing otherwise unreachable locations. Trees served as a refuge, allowing hominids to rest and sleep securely away from terrestrial threats. The elevated perspective from trees enhanced hominid awareness of approaching dangers or available resources. Climbing provided a survival advantage by minimizing exposure to ground-level hazards. Hominid social bonding is characterized by cooperative behaviors and mutual support within the group. Communication among hominids relies on a combination of vocalizations, gestures, and facial expressions. Group cohesion is essential for hominid survival, facilitating resource sharing and predator defense. Social learning allows hominids to transmit knowledge and skills across generations. The complexity of hominid social structures supports advanced problem-solving and adaptation to diverse environments. Grooming serves as a social activity, reinforcing group cohesion and social structure. Maintaining hygiene through grooming reduces the spread of parasites and diseases within a population. Grooming behavior strengthens bonds through physical contact and shared activity. The act of grooming can reduce stress and anxiety through the release of endorphins. Social grooming often follows established hierarchies, reinforcing dominance and submission. Grooming rituals vary across species, reflecting different social structures and environmental pressures. Parental care is essential for infant development and well-being. Mothers provide crucial nurturing through physical contact and emotional support. Feeding and hygiene are fundamental aspects of infant care provided by mothers. Playtime and interaction stimulate cognitive and motor skill development in infants. Regular checkups and vaccinations are vital components of comprehensive infant care. A supportive environment enhances the effectiveness of parental care and contributes to healthy infant growth. Hominids sought elevated sleeping locations as a defense mechanism against nocturnal predators. Sleeping in trees provided a natural barrier against ground-based threats. Elevated sleeping arrangements reduced the risk of attacks from terrestrial predators. Constructing nests in trees offered a safer alternative to sleeping on the ground. Height provided an advantage, allowing for early detection of approaching danger. A natural fire presents a novel and potentially dangerous phenomenon to early hominids. Initial reactions to fire likely involved a mixture of fear and cautious investigation. The unpredictable nature of fire posed a significant challenge for early hominids to understand and control. Observing the effects of fire on the environment and other organisms would have been crucial for learning its properties. Seasonal changes significantly affect food availability for hominids. During periods of abundance, hominids exhibit different behaviors than during times of scarcity. Seasonal migration patterns are influenced by the distribution of edible plants and prey animals. The development of tools aided hominids in accessing and processing food sources during resource-scarce seasons. Storage techniques allowed hominids to preserve food surpluses for consumption during lean seasons. Hominids migrated in response to the availability of food sources. Migration patterns were influenced by changing environmental conditions. Hominids adapted their behavior and tools to thrive in new environments. Following food sources led to the dispersal of hominids across different continents. Competition for resources involves interactions between different animal species for essential elements like food and water. Interspecific competition can lead to resource partitioning, where species adapt to utilize different aspects of the same resource. The availability of food and water directly influences the population size and distribution of competing animal species. Competition may result in one species dominating a resource, potentially leading to the decline or displacement of other species. Early wound treatment involved cleaning with available resources like water and natural antiseptics. Bandaging techniques utilize materials such as leaves, mud, and woven fabrics for protection and support. Infection was a major challenge due to the lack of sterile environments and effective antibiotics. Healing was often slow and incomplete, leading to long-term complications and disabilities. Decomposition begins immediately after death, initiated by internal enzymes and bacteria. Scavengers play a crucial role in the decomposition process by consuming soft tissues and dispersing remains. Environmental factors such as temperature and humidity significantly influence the rate of decomposition. Nutrients from the decomposing body are recycled back into the ecosystem, enriching the soil and supporting plant growth. The skeletal remains provide long-term mineral resources and serve as habitats for smaller organisms. Decomposition is an essential process for maintaining ecological balance and nutrient cycling in the savannah. Early hominids observed animal behavior to identify potential food sources. Tracking predator movements was essential for hominid survival and safety. Understanding animal migration patterns allowed hominids to anticipate seasonal food availability. Hominids learned to distinguish between safe and dangerous animals through careful observation. Hominids adapted to hot climates through physiological mechanisms like sweating, which cools the body through evaporation. Seeking shade provided a behavioral adaptation to reduce exposure to direct sunlight and lower body temperature. Sweating and seeking shade are complementary adaptations that enhance thermoregulation in hot environments. These adaptations allowed hominids to thrive in hotter climates by maintaining stable internal body temperatures. Hominids utilized natural caves as temporary shelters for protection. Rock overhangs provided readily available protection from the elements. These natural shelters offered refuge from predators and harsh weather conditions. The use of natural shelters represents an early adaptation strategy for survival. Caves and rock overhangs offered a stable and secure environment for rest and community. The strategic selection of shelters improved hominid chances of survival and reproduction. Hominids transported food resources over extended distances. The transportation of tools enabled hominids to perform tasks far from the source of raw materials. Carrying objects facilitated cooperative strategies among hominid groups. The ability to transport resources contributed to the expansion of hominid territories. Gestures and vocalizations serve as fundamental tools for communication. Gestures can convey meaning through physical movements and body language. Vocalizations, including tone and pitch, add layers of meaning to spoken communication. Effective communication combines both gestures and vocalizations for clarity. Cultural context influences the interpretation of gestures and vocalizations. Nonverbal cues enhance the understanding of verbal messages. Knowledge transfer occurs between older and younger generations within a community. Elders possess accumulated wisdom and experience that is valuable for guiding younger members. Oral traditions and storytelling are key methods for transmitting cultural knowledge and values. The intergenerational exchange of knowledge strengthens community bonds and ensures cultural continuity. Early hominids employed grooming as a method to remove parasites and insects from themselves and others. The use of tools such as sticks and stones aided in dislodging parasites from hard-to-reach areas. Mud and clay were applied to the skin to create a barrier against biting insects and parasites. Smoke from fires deterred insects and provided a temporary refuge from parasitic infestations. Certain plants with insect-repelling properties were rubbed on the skin to ward off parasites. Living in elevated shelters or tree canopies reduced exposure to ground-dwelling parasites and insects. Hominids extracted bone marrow from animal bones as a nutritional food source. Bone marrow is rich in fats and nutrients, providing a high-energy food source. The consumption of bone marrow provided essential nutrients for hominid brain development and survival. Tool use facilitated the efficient extraction of bone marrow from animal remains. This dietary practice contributed to the evolutionary success of early hominid populations. Early humans utilized readily available natural resources, such as large leaves, for basic protection from the elements. Animal skins provided a more durable and insulating form of early clothing, offering enhanced protection against harsh weather conditions. These early forms of clothing represent humanity's initial adaptation to diverse and challenging environments. The transition from leaves to animal skins marks an advancement in clothing technology, improving both functionality and longevity. Early hominids used simple stone tools for various tasks. Maintaining these tools involved sharpening them to improve their effectiveness. Sharpening created a sharper edge, enhancing the tool's cutting or scraping ability. The process of tool maintenance was crucial for survival and resource utilization. Early hominids navigated using prominent natural landmarks. Landmarks included mountains, rivers, and unique rock formations. These landmarks provided directional cues and spatial awareness. Memory and observation were crucial for successful navigation. Repeated journeys reinforced knowledge of the surrounding terrain. This method of navigation allowed hominids to explore and thrive in their environment. Early hominids sought natural shelters like caves and rock overhangs for protection from severe weather. The ability to create temporary shelters using branches and leaves provided crucial protection against wind and rain. Fire provided warmth and a sense of security, helping hominids withstand cold temperatures and deter predators during storms. Observing animal behavior, such as migration patterns, helped hominids anticipate and adapt to seasonal weather changes. Encounters between different hominid groups shaped human evolution through competition and cooperation. Interactions could range from peaceful resource sharing to territorial disputes and violent conflict. Genetic exchange through interbreeding occurred between some hominid groups. leaving a lasting impact on modern human DNA. Cultural exchange, including tool-making techniques and social behaviors, also occurred during these interactions. Competition for resources like food and shelter could lead to the displacement or extinction of certain hominid groups. These complex interactions influenced the trajectory of human development and the diversity of human populations. Disease outbreaks significantly reduce hominid population sizes. Infectious diseases alter the genetic diversity within hominid groups. Disease resistance becomes a crucial factor in hominid survival and evolution. Geographic isolation can exacerbate the impact of diseases on hominid populations. Hominid adaptation to different terrains involved evolutionary changes in skeletal structure. Rocky terrains favored hominids with enhanced climbing and grasping abilities. Grassland environments promoted bipedalism for long-distance travel and predator detection. Dietary adaptations also varied depending on available resources in different terrains. Adaptive strategies allowed hominids to thrive in diverse and challenging environments. Hominids instinctively use mud as a natural cooling agent in hot environments. The evaporative cooling effect of mud helps regulate body temperature. Mud acts as a physical barrier, shielding the skin from direct sunlight. Application of mud is a behavioral adaptation to thermal stress. This behavior demonstrates early hominid ingenuity in adapting to environmental challenges. Early humans developed cooperative hunting strategies to improve hunting success. Cooperative hunting involved coordinated movements and communication between hunters. These strategies often targeted large prey, providing a significant food source for the group. Effective communication was crucial for coordinating hunting efforts and ensuring safety. Cooperative hunting increased the efficiency of resource acquisition and survival rates. These early cooperative behaviors laid the foundation for complex social structures. Division of labor within hominid groups involves specialized tasks for survival. Hunting tasks are often divided between tracking, ambushing, and dispatching prey. Gathering tasks include identifying edible plants, collecting resources, and transporting materials. Toolmaking involves selecting suitable materials, shaping tools, and maintaining their functionality. Hominids defended their territory against rival groups to secure resources and ensure survival. Territorial defense involved displays of dominance and physical confrontation. The protection of territory was crucial for access to food, water, and shelter. Successful territorial defense increased the group's chances of reproductive success and continuation of their lineage. Gradual environmental shifts significantly altered hominid habitats over extended periods. Decreasing forest cover led to increased reliance on terrestrial resources for hominids. Changes in vegetation impacted hominid diets, necessitating adaptations in dentition and digestive systems. Environmental pressures favored hominids with enhanced bipedal locomotion for traversing open landscapes. Climate variability influenced hominids' social structures and cooperative behaviors for survival. The use of plants for medicinal purposes represents a traditional approach to healthcare. Many cultures have historically relied on natural medicines derived from plants. Plants contain various bioactive compounds that can have therapeutic effects. Traditional medicine practices often involve the preparation of herbal remedies. The efficacy of natural medicines is often attributed to the synergistic effects of multiple compounds. Scientific research continues to explore the potential of plants in modern medicine. Early artistic expression involved scratching on rocks to create visual representations. These early rock carvings represent some of the earliest forms of human communication and symbolic thought. The act of scratching on rocks provided a durable medium for preserving stories and cultural knowledge. Rock art offers insights into the lives, beliefs, and environments of early human societies. Early ritualistic behaviors often revolved around death and the natural world. Burial rituals may have served to honor the deceased and ensure their safe passage to the afterlife. Offerings of plants and animal remains suggest a belief in the interconnectedness of life and death. These rituals reflect early humans' attempts to understand and control the forces of nature. Such practices laid the foundation for more complex religious and cultural traditions. High-altitude environments present significant physiological challenges due to reduced oxygen availability. One adaptation to high altitude is increased red blood cell production. enhancing oxygen carrying capacity. Enlarged lung capacity and increased breathing rate are also common adaptations to improve oxygen intake. Pulmonary artery pressure increases to facilitate efficient oxygen absorption at higher altitudes. Some populations have genetically adapted to high altitude, showing greater efficiency in oxygen utilization. These adaptations collectively enable survival and activity in oxygen-deprived high-altitude environments. Early hominids discovered the use of fire through natural phenomena such as lightning strikes. Maintaining a controlled fire required constant attention and fuel, typically dry wood and vegetation. Controlled fire provided warmth, protection from predators, and a means to cook food. Cooking food with fire made it easier to digest and increased the nutritional value obtained. The ability to control fire marked a significant step in human evolution and technological advancement. Early fire pits were simple structures, often just shallow depressions in the ground lined with stones. Early hominids construct basic shelters for protection and survival. Shelters are made from readily available materials like branches and leaves. Simple structures provide rudimentary protection from the elements and predators. The construction process involves gathering, arranging, and securing natural materials. These shelters represent early forms of hominid ingenuity and adaptation. Early hominids initially used simple, unmodified stones as tools, often unsuccessfully. Repeated failures led to the discovery and refinement of stone knapping techniques. Improved tool design, such as sharper edges, increased hunting and processing efficiency. Learning from unsuccessful hunts prompted the development of cooperative hunting strategies. Adaptive strategies, including tool use and cooperative hunting, increased hominid survival rates. Mistakes served as crucial learning experiences, driving hominid evolution and adaptation. Cooperation between humans and animals can be mutually beneficial, enhancing survival and productivity. Symbiotic relationships, such as pollination, exemplify interspecies cooperation for resource acquisition. Herding dogs and livestock demonstrate a cooperative relationship based on trained commands and natural instincts. Assistance animals provide essential support to humans with disabilities, fostering independence and improving quality of life. The human-animal bond can lead to collaborative efforts in conservation, research, and environmental protection. Cooperative hunting strategies between different species can increase success rates and ensure resource availability. Volcanic eruptions dramatically altered landscapes, creating fertile soils from ash deposits. Volcanic activity influenced hominid migration patterns due to resource availability and environmental changes. Ash clouds and lava flows pose significant threats to hominid survival, leading to adaptation and innovation. Volcanic events provided essential minerals and geothermal energy sources utilized by early hominids. Coastal plants often exhibit adaptations to withstand high salt concentrations. Halophytes possess specialized mechanisms for salt excretion through glands on their leaves. Some coastal animals have developed physiological adaptations to regulate osmotic balance in saline environments. Mangrove trees exhibit aerial roots to facilitate gas exchange in waterlogged, oxygen-poor soils. Certain coastal bird species have evolved salt glands near their eyes to excrete excess salt ingested from seawater. Early forms of water transportation involved using natural materials to create rafts. Hollowed-out logs served as early canoes for navigating waterways. Simple boats allowed for the transport of goods and people across rivers and lakes. The development of sails harnessed wind power to propel boats, increasing efficiency. Waterways facilitated trade and cultural exchange between different settlements. Early watercraft played a crucial role in exploration and migration. Early agriculture involved the rudimentary cultivation of wild plants. Initial farming techniques included scattering seeds and manually watering plants. Early agricultural practices were often small-scale and labor-intensive. Domestication began with the selection and propagation of plants with desirable traits. Early animal domestication involved gradually taming wild species for human use. Initial domestication efforts focused on animals that were relatively docile and adaptable to human presence. Over time, selective breeding led to changes in animal behavior and physical characteristics. Domesticated animals provided early humans with reliable sources of food, labor, and companionship. Early tool development involved modifying natural objects for basic tasks. The creation of composite tools marked a significant advancement in tool complexity. Specialized tools were developed to improve efficiency in specific tasks such as hunting and food preparation. The use of levers and pulleys allowed for the manipulation of heavier objects, increasing construction capabilities. Refinements in tool design led to increased precision and control in crafting intricate objects. Early hominid groups engaged in trade and barter to exchange resources and tools. Bartering facilitated the distribution of essential goods and promoted resource diversification among hominid communities. The exchange of tools for food demonstrates an early form of economic cooperation and resource management. Trade and barter systems enabled hominids to access resources not readily available in their immediate environment. Social hierarchies emerge from interactions and resource competition within hominid groups. Dominance hierarchies provide structure, influencing access to resources and mating opportunities. Physical strength and intelligence are key factors determining an individual's position in the hierarchy. Hierarchical structures within hominid groups can lead to both cooperation and conflict. Social learning and imitation reinforce hierarchical behaviors across generations. The development of social hierarchies is a fundamental aspect of hominid social organization and evolution. Overpopulation strains resource availability, leading to shortages of essential supplies. Increased population density intensifies competition for limited living space. Overpopulation can exacerbate environmental degradation due to increased consumption and waste. Social services and infrastructure struggle to support the needs of a rapidly growing population. Increased competition for jobs and resources can lead to social unrest and economic inequality. Organisms adapt to extreme environments through specialized physical and behavioral traits. Desert adaptations include efficient water storage, heat resistance, and nocturnal behavior. Adaptations to ice ages involve thick fur, hibernation, and migration to warmer climates. Camouflage is a crucial adaptation for survival in both desert and ice age environments. Behavioral adaptations, such as burrowing, help organisms regulate temperature in extreme climates. Adaptation strategies vary depending on the specific challenges posed by each extreme environment. Early human communication relied on simple symbols and gestures. The development of abstract symbols marked a significant advancement in language. Phonetic alphabets enabled more complex and nuanced communication. The evolution of language facilitated the transmission of knowledge across generations. Complex language structures support advanced reasoning and cultural development. Belief systems often emerge from observations of natural phenomena and attempts to explain the world. Early spiritual practices frequently involve rituals designed to influence natural events or ensure survival. The development of belief systems is closely tied to the formation of social structures and communal identity. Symbolic representation and storytelling are fundamental components in the transmission of beliefs across generations. Belief systems provide frameworks for understanding morality, ethics, and the purpose of existence. The construction of permanent settlements involves establishing durable structures for long-term habitation. Early settlements often utilize locally sourced materials such as wood, stone, and clay. Community collaboration is essential for the efficient construction of permanent dwellings. Permanent settlements provide stability and security for inhabitants. The layout of settlements often reflects social structures and functional needs. Durable construction techniques ensure the longevity and resilience of permanent settlements. Early warfare involved competition for resources and territory between hominid groups. Crude tools and weapons, such as stones and sharpened sticks, were utilized in early conflicts. Physical strength and group size played significant roles in determining the outcome of these encounters. Early forms of warfare often resulted in territorial gains or losses for the participating groups. The development of cooperative hunting strategies may have translated into coordinated combat tactics. These early conflicts contributed to the evolutionary pressures shaping hominid social structures and behaviors. Early hominids relied on simple stone tools for survival, marking a crucial step in technological development. The discovery of fire provided warmth, protection, and a means to cook food, significantly improving hominid life. Advancements in hunting techniques, such as the development of spears, increased hunting efficiency and food availability. The development of agriculture enabled settled communities and a more reliable food supply, revolutionizing hominid societies. Early urban environments presented new challenges requiring adaptive strategies. Adaptation to urban life involved changes in social structures and communal organization. Resource management and distribution became critical for survival in densely populated areas. The development of new technologies aided adaptation to urban living conditions. Urban environments fostered innovation and specialization to meet the demands of concentrated populations. Complex social structures emerge from basic interactions and shared needs within a community. Institutions such as governance systems and economic networks facilitate societal organization and stability. Social hierarchies and specialized roles develop to manage resources, resolve conflicts, and ensure collective well-being. Cultural traditions and belief systems reinforce social cohesion and provide a framework for behavior. The evolution of complex social structures is a dynamic process influenced by environmental factors and technological advancements. Globalization potentially impacts hominid populations through increased interconnectedness and exchange. Migration patterns are influenced by globalization, leading to population shifts and cultural integration. Globalization can affect resource distribution and environmental conditions, influencing hominid habitats. Access to technology and healthcare, facilitated by globalization, can impact hominid health and longevity. Cultural exchange and adaptation, driven by globalization, contribute to the evolution of hominid societies. Early forms of renewable energy use include harnessing wind power for tasks like grinding grain. Watermills were historically used to convert the energy of flowing water into mechanical power. Solar energy was utilized in ancient times through passive solar design in buildings. Geothermal energy was used by ancient civilizations for heating and bathing. Biomass energy was utilized through burning wood for heating and cooking. These early applications demonstrate humanity's long-standing relationship with renewable energy sources. Sustainable practices involve managing resources to meet current needs without compromising future generations. Key sustainable practices include reducing consumption, reusing materials, and recycling waste. Efficient resource management aims to minimize environmental impact and promote long-term ecological balance. Sustainable agriculture focuses on soil conservation, water efficiency, and biodiversity preservation. Implementing sustainable practices requires collaborative efforts from individuals, communities, and governments. Space travel necessitates physiological adaptations to counteract the effects of reduced gravity. Cardiovascular systems adapt to microgravity by redistributing fluids and altering heart function. Radiation shielding becomes a critical adaptation for long-duration space missions. Psychological adaptations are essential for maintaining mental health in isolated and confined environments. Closed-loop life support systems are developed to recycle resources and minimize dependence on Earth. Genetic engineering may provide future adaptations to enhance human resilience in extraterrestrial environments. Artificial intelligence can be integrated into hominid life to enhance various aspects of daily routines. AI-driven systems can optimize resource management, improving efficiency and sustainability in hominid communities. AI can facilitate advanced communication and collaboration among hominids, fostering stronger social bonds. AI-powered tools can assist hominids with complex tasks, augmenting their cognitive and physical capabilities. Virtual reality is utilized for immersive training simulations across various industries. VR training offers a safe and cost-effective method for skill development and risk management. In entertainment, virtual reality provides interactive and engaging experiences for users. VR entertainment platforms facilitate social interaction and shared virtual experiences. Hominids are actively developing and implementing renewable energy technologies to reduce carbon emissions. Sustainable agriculture and reforestation projects are being employed to enhance carbon sequestration. Innovations in carbon capture and storage technologies aim to mitigate the impact of existing carbon emissions. International collaborations and policy changes are crucial for coordinated climate action and achieving global sustainability goals. Biodiversity promotion involves active measures to support a wide range of species. Protecting endangered species requires dedicated conservation efforts and habitat preservation. Conservation strategies include creating protected areas to safeguard vulnerable populations. Efforts to promote biodiversity contribute to a healthier and more resilient ecosystem. Global health initiatives focus on preventing and managing pandemics through international cooperation. Effective pandemic prevention relies on early detection and rapid response systems. Vaccination programs are a cornerstone of global health, reducing the spread and severity of infectious diseases. International organizations play a critical role in coordinating resources and expertise to combat global health threats. Ensuring global health requires continuous monitoring, research, and investment in healthcare infrastructure. International cooperation is crucial for addressing global challenges that transcend national borders. Collaborative efforts enable resource sharing and coordinated strategies to tackle complex issues effectively. Joint research initiatives accelerate the development of innovative solutions for worldwide problems. International agreements and treaties provide a framework for collective action and shared responsibility. Global partnerships foster mutual understanding and promote sustainable development for all nations. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be updated for more videos.